Well, good morning. Welcome back to the tavern and the Oasis. It's Friday, September 4th, 2020. We are still in a bit of crazy time. Masks have become the rage, and well, the universe is not quite set right, but it's getting there. At any rate, this is just a follow-up with what's been up. It's been a week since I've been up here to the Oasis, and lots happened, lots been done. Did quite a bit last week. I didn't get much filming done. I'm going to try and stay on top of the filming this week, but there's always no guarantees about that because it comes and goes. I get focused and I forget that the camera exists. I'm not completely used to doing all this filming stuff. I'm getting better at it though, much better. So what do we got? We got quite a bit done on the deck. Seems we have stairs for the deck now, and got a lot of cleanup that's got to get done this weekend. Everything's a bit of a mess. There's a lot of clearing out some beds that the plants have reached the end of their growing season. So there's just a whole lot of miscellaneous things to do in and around the Oasis. Let this be a warning to you all. I knew it when I started it, but I forgot. There's a lot of work that goes into things. When you're building a deck, it takes a while. When you're managing a garden of this size, because this is actually a pretty big sized garden. I think total growing area I've got, just the garden beds in themselves, is close to 300 square feet. And I'm looking at all kinds of additional spaces in and plucked in here and there, buckets, cans, and everything else. So things grow, you harvest, plants die, you got to clean up, got to clear the beds, make room for more. A lot of stuff. I've just got a lot of cleanup to do. What else do we have to say to the world? Well, I really hope the world gets its collective shit back together. Right now, the collective shit of the world is just screwed, for lack of a better term. At any rate, let's do a quick tour of the Oasis since we haven't done one in a while. Well, we did one last week, but we'll do one now. Take you in and around, show you all the different things of the Oasis, what's happening, where the plants are, what sort of things I've got to do this weekend. And let's get on with it. Well, the sun's getting lower in the sky. You can definitely see that this morning. Shadows are a lot longer in the Oasis at 8 a.m. versus how they've been all summer where the sun was right up overhead. We're going to be started on the greenhouse next week. Start digging up the foundation for it. You can see the ground's gotten a little more prep work done to it, and get that going. Added this new bed right here in front of the garden bed. This is where the flowers are going to go. I'm adding these new garden beds in front of all the flower beds that I can find space for to grow all the flowers, because I find mixing the flowers in with the produce doesn't work very well. That's what happens your first year gardening. Be a lesson to you. When you're gardening, your first year is your learning year. You will get produce, but you will not get a lot, so you better be prepared to not always have everything you need. These lemon boy tomatoes, these are really nice tomatoes. Saving some seed from those. Got a pumpkin. I'm rather thrilled about that. I have never successfully grown a pumpkin, ever. So, harvested all my echinacea. I've got that drying up. Looks like it's kicked up a couple of more flowers. Got some leaves on there I can harvest, so I got to harvest those up. This comfrey here, I'm just figuring out how to use that for tinctures and other things, but I'll be harvesting that comfrey. Plus I'm going to move that bloody plant because I want this pot to do nothing but chamomile. I want lots and lots of chamomile. Corn is doing fantastically. We're going to get maybe a dozen ears out of here, which is nice. You know, you can't expect to get a lot of corn in a small bed. It's just not enough room for it all. Although I'll try something a little different with it next year and see what I can do with it. The garden patio, the grass patio, you can see this area looks really good now. And the grass is just the right height. It's filled in quite nicely. We got a wall of sunflowers there. We can get some shade on here. Get the glare off of it. That's really sad. I really need a better camera, folks. Remember, donate to me. Help me buy a better camera. The Acudas, I gotta look this one up. I really gotta look this one up again. Gotta look the spelling up. Slow to produce. It's producing. For those of you in other lands, you might recognize that plant, and it is legal for me to grow it. Not that I use it, but I have lots of friends that use it. These are all my plant starts. We got some squashes in here. Got one that's collecting for seed down there, great big one. Got tomatoes all over the place. My artichoke, I decided to let it bloom because after researching it for a while, I realized I'm just not ready to sit down and go through the effort to cook one of these for the treat that it provides. But I want to see what the flower looks like, so it should be pretty. Maybe next year I'll grow it up and harvest it. Let's see what else we got back here. Here's my workspace. It's coming together quite nicely. It'll be much better once we get that tree out of the way. We're going to get another batch of raspberries. Didn't know that. This ever-bearing raspberry. So we'll get lots of raspberries. Maybe we'll get a few more this year. Some more lettuce and stuff. The strawberries recovering again after the deer managed to find another hole into the yard. And for some reason, they just love the strawberries. They ate the strawberries, but they left the lettuce alone. Go figure. Our one apple over here, it's ripening up quite nicely, along with the dahlias. I didn't realize dahlias got so big. I will not let them be planted there next year. Carrots are doing really good in here. So that's the walk around the outskirts of the Oasis. Let's go walk and have a little see what we've got here for the deck. Here is the deck. Oh, I gotta get back a little further. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. There's the deck. We have stairs. Makes it easier to get up and down. Make it easier to get in and out of the house too. Instead of going all the way around the front of the house, we now have a back door. So let's go for a walk up the stairs. Nice and solid steps. No rails or anything, but it is what it is. There's the new back door to the house. But the best part about this is the view from up here. Get a really good overview of the Oasis up here. It's going to be quite interesting when the greenhouse is in, everything is set. And there we have it. That's the Oasis from about 16 feet above the ground. It's amazing how 16 feet can change your perspective so much. We got that big giant sunflower, which now I'm taller than, so I know that sunflower is now up about 12 to 14 feet. That's insane. Never had a sunflower get so big. Alright, well, that's time. It's time to go open up the Oasis. Let's go take a look at it. See what we got.
I've always known wrong from right, for the dark run into the light. I try to run and I try to hide. In the end, I guess I lost my fight. Cell blocks, they got tough, they got their lot. Oh, here they come, they never stop. Every car behind me